Hi, I'm Tim Cavanagh, comedian, speaker, and future Nobel Prize winner. Welcome to my video. Saturday, I was in Madison, Wisconsin. I was out at the mall, and I feel bad. I made a woman cry out at the mall. Well, she came up to me with a clipboard. She said, "Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions?" I said, "No, that's fine." She said, "On average, how much money do you make every year?" I thought about it with the best straight face I could manage. I said, $250,000. She says, "What do you do for a living?" I said, "I take surveys over at the other mall." And yeah, she didn't think it was funny, but I agree with you guys. It really kind of was. I have a nephew just applied for a job out at the mall. He said the job applications have gotten very complicated. This one had a lot of fill-in-the-blank questions, a lot of true-false questions. One question read, "When I'm at work, my mind is generally blank." He put true. I like to customize every show that I do. I did a show recently for Blaine's Farm and Fleet, a Midwest retailer with 34 stores. At Farm and Fleet, you can pick up just about everything you could possibly need for your home, garden, and farm. Based on a conference call I had with them, where I asked about their issues and their people, I came up with the following customized segment. Before coming up to the Abbey, I asked the nice folks here at Blaine's Farm and Fleet to send me some information about the company. And they were kind enough to send me an advance copy of the next Fleeting Moments magazine, which happened to be the swimsuit edition. And let me just say, 6 pages of Bob Glazer and little Speedos. More information than I wanted to have, to be honest with you. Is Bob here? I didn't recognize him with the pants and everything. But anyway, now I know that I was introduced tonight as a comedian, but now that I have your attention, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Amway. You know, apparently some of you guys have heard that one before. I'll tell you what, I think that this store manager meeting is a great idea. Gives everybody a chance to get together, to do some networking, to keep up with all that's happening in the industry. And it's important to keep up these days. I'll tell you, the business world is crazy. So many companies in trouble, so many companies going under. Right now I'm reading a book called The History of Lehman Brothers. I'm up to chapter 12, which is one chapter further than they got. So, feeling pretty good about myself there. But, last week, I was talking to my dad. I said, "I'm doing a show next week for Blaine's Farm and Fleet." He said, "Oh, yeah, I've seen those stores out there, but I've never been in one. It's kind of like a Walmart, isn't it?" And I said, "No, it's not like Walmart at all. I mean, first of all, Farm and Fleet has the highest quality products, number one. Number two, you can buy all kinds of things at a Farm and Fleet that you could never get at a Walmart. For instance, go up to a Walmart associate someday and say, "Hey, what do you have for the treatment of hoof rot infection? Do you have any of Dr. Naylor's products at all?" They just look at you with that Walmart look. But But probably my favorite is you go in there and you say, "Hey, do you have this month's edition of Donkeys and Mules?" Don't do that. Sometimes they call the police. And say, I don't know what kind of freak that guy is. But anyway, before dinner, I had a long talk with Ken Peterson. I didn't want to. He just kept talking. But we got talking about teamwork, and that's one of the things that I think makes this company so successful is its commitment to teamwork. And just as sports teams will sometimes make themselves stronger by making trades with other teams, the same is true in business. And that's why I'm excited to announce that Farm and Fleet is trading Pete Lombardo to Fleet Farm for a 1996 Ford pickup and 2 office temps to be named later. So goodbye, Mr. Tires. Anyway, you've been retired, so to speak. But now, I was talking to Bob Blaine before coming out. He was telling me that next summer they're going to expand the meeting and they're going to bring back the Farm and Fleet golf outing, which I think is a great idea. They're giving it an official name and everything. They're going to call it the Tom Cass Cup. Because if you play golf anywhere near Tomcast, you'd better be wearing a cup. I love my audiences, and I just like to have fun talking to people. Here's a fun exchange I had with a woman who was attending a dinner for Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company. Sue, great to have you. Sue Woods. Oh, and you're with Grinnell Mutual.
Not really. No.
Has the meeting gone that badly that at this point you just want to distance yourself? You're just...
No, I'm here with I'm a guest of someone who's with Grinnell Mutual.
Oh, you're a guest of someone who is... And that would be this guy behind you. Jerry, nice to see you. Pleasure to have you here. Welcome. I got you. Yeah, you don't have to... You're not playing. Anyway, so Jerry works for the company, is that right?
Yes.
Good for you, my gosh. What is he... Do you have any idea what he does?
Not at all.
That's probably safe. You know, it's better to know. And is he... I was going to ask if he was a hands-on. But anyway, no. That was even wrong for me to... I love you. Anyway, so... That's just adorable. Here, yeah, you're missing some of the best stuff. There you go. Anyway, well, Sue, great to have you here. My gosh, Jerry, what do you do?
I'm the Chief Financial Officer.
Be right. Yeah, this guy says he writes my check. Yeah, that's funny. Anyway, my gosh, hey, good idea to cost cut, make them pay for everything. Anyway, that's great. So my gosh, so he's the CFO. That's a big deal, Chief Financial Officer. My gosh, and is he pretty generous with his money around the house?
I don't ask.
Have you ever watched Oprah at all? You can get out. You can get out.
Ask him for permission to spend the money.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just go ahead and spend them.
Oh, go ahead and spend it. Yeah, there you go. My gosh, kind of like some of the people working under you, Jerry, huh? I'm joking. And you know what? The fact that people laughed is probably going to get me in trouble. All right, anyway. So are you involved in the insurance business at all?
No, I'm a minister.
I don't know. I should apologize for everything. For my even being here. So you're a minister and you're married to the money guy over here. Yeah, there you go. And there's some New Testament, conflict going on there. But that's just his job. He has to do it. My gosh, I'm sure he renders under Caesar, whatever that is. You know, I'll leave the quote to you. So you're a minister. Wow, that is very, very impressive. I'll tell you what, boy. What denomination are you?
It's Christian Church, Disciples of Christ, Christian Church.
Disciples of Christ. Oh, they're the ones with the motorcycles. I saw Jim Book. He's got the leather jacket and the Harley Speedo. Oh yeah, Speedo. I shouldn't have mentioned that. All right. So Disciples of Christ, is that right?
That's right.
Yeah, good for you. My gosh. Well, how long have you been a minister?
Since like '98, but just serving a church for the last 2 years or 3 years. He does numbers. I don't.
2 years. Okay. So you've just been a church for 2 years, and the first 10 years you were preaching, but nobody would listen. He would. All right. There you go. And then he'd give you money, and you'd go to the store. All right. I like your business plan. That was smart. That's works out well. So things going well at the church. How many people do you have in your denomination there, your congregation?
It's a small church. It's only about 50 people.
Oh yeah, but that's good. That's a good way to start. My gosh, as I said, I sell Amway. So you start with 50. Next thing you know, it's 100, and there's more money for you. So that works out great. Well, boy, I'm a little. One thing that they didn't mention in my introduction, I was a teacher at an all-girls Catholic high school, but I was a religion teacher. Believe it or not, I'm not making that up. That is so weird. And the hardest question I got, and I need your advice on this because I don't think I answered it correctly. The kids would always ask me, what's the difference between purgatory and hell? And the way I used to try to explain it is, well, hell, of course, is very, very hot. In purgatory, it's not so much the heat, it's the humidity.
That's Iowa.
That's Iowa, right? That was me on a jet ski. Yeah, I do all my own stunts. During my show, I like to get a volunteer or two from the audience. Here I am with a lucky volunteer at Thrasher Opera House in Green Lake, Wisconsin. Your name?
Chip.
Say to Chip, everybody! Hey, Chip. Chip, good to have you here. My gosh, boy, they don't name kids Chip anymore. You know, now that's a snack food, pretty much. But now is that a nickname or is that your actual real name? Did they name you Chip?
No, that's a nickname.
A nickname. Okay, what's your real name?
Andrew.
Andrew. Oh, I can see how they got Chip out of that. Yeah, that's. Andy's not good enough for you. No, I'll tell you what, you are a Chip off the old block. Was your dad an Andrew also, and maybe that's why, because you're a Chip off?
No.
Okay, good. How'd you get the nickname, or do you want to mention that?
Yeah, as my mom was pregnant with me, she worked at a place where they made wood doors, and a guy was flipping wood chips at her belly during break, and somebody said, if it's a boy, you're gonna have to call him Chip, so.
That's the most fantastic story I've ever heard. Well, that's a fascinating story, Chip. And I'll tell you what, here's the situation. This is why I brought you up. Before coming up, the nice folks here at Thrasher asked me to do just a tad more time than I was prepared to do. I've got an idea of a way we can kill some time, maybe have some fun too. I'm going to ask you to stand right over here. It's not too big a problem. And I stopped and I picked up a, well, that's way too far. Come on over here. I stopped and I picked up an Oshkosh Berlin ribbon Watoma, I believe is how that is, which is, yeah, no, I had a bleeding Watoma one time. And I'll tell you what, that's a lot of drugs. Anyway, I'm going to ask you to take a stance right here. And I'm going to ask you, I'm opening this up to the white pages. I'm just going to ask you to hold that. Perfect. Have you done this sort of thing before? Well, I'll tell you what, you're showing a knack for it. Things don't go well for you. You can get a job holding the book. That'll be awesome for you. What kind of work do you do, Chip?
I'm in electrical construction.
You're in electrical construction. Wow. Okay. So that's weird that you're like named after wood, which is not a conductor, by the way, and that's probably why you're into the electric field, because you're safe. All right, I understand. All right, that's some thinking going on there. Anyway, you're doing great. All you have to do is just hold the book just like that. And the rest of you, if you feel like clapping along, feel free to join in. You won't have to clap. Just hold it. You're doing great. All right. I don't want to fill your head with too many instructions. So you're doing great. Here we go. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got Floyd Abbott in his hands. He's got Floyd Abbott in his hands. He's got Floyd Abbott in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got Roger Abbott in his hands. He's got Roger Abbott in his hands. He's got Roger Rabbit in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. They love you. You're doing great. He's got Mohammed Rashid Abdullah in his hands. He's got Mohammed Rashid Abdullah. Well, I think we've killed enough time with this thing. Hey, you did a great job, if I do say so myself. And Chip, I've got a gift for you, something that I think you're going to enjoy. How about this? Oh, this is kind of nice. How about for Chip? How about a can of Spam? Yeah. Woo! So there's a sample of what I do. Good, clean comedy, customized for your group. I hope I can be of service to you. But a word of warning, once I win that Nobel Prize, my fee might go up a little bit, just so you know. I'm Tim Cavanagh. Thanks for watching.